paste that into Discord. 3-1. Okay. Let's just hope we don't lose the connection again. But you know what? You never know what's going to happen. You never know.
Yep, it's the internet.
Yeah. So, okay, I got one person come back in now. All right. So, for those of you who wonder what happened, I think the central office in Winston got heat stroke.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
All those phone gear, phone equipment at the central office.
Too much heat over there.
Though they got air conditioning at the central office, but that's still a lot of gear, that they're running with. So, so let's take a look. I see my chat anyway. Back, yes, Carolyn, I'm so sorry about that. I don't have any control over Frontier or T-Mobile. Right now, we're on T-Mobile right now. At least they have 2 internet connections I can flip flap from to go back to the other one. But anyway, that's something I'm still going to look into. Right now, it's too friggin' hot to go out there and wait on the cold. Well, because Ed's trying to sleep in the bedroom because he sleeps when I'm awake. When I'm awake, he's asleep. Well, we are awake together for a few hours, but then I went to sleep at 6 in the morning. Oh, God. I'm tired. What do you think, Lily?
Okay, I got your backup now here, too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's too hot to go outside. You just stay indoors. Don't be going out there.
The only thing I'm afraid of, what happens if the power grid blows a fuse because of all the air conditioners?
Well, you better go sit in front of the refrigerator and open the door, Michelle. That's all I can tell you.
Well, if it really got bad enough, I'd probably just go in the basement. The only thing is I don't have the key to the basement.
That's not a good plan then. You better get an extra key. Put one around your neck, Michelle.
Well, I mean, the landlord never thought about having people hiding in the basement during a heat wave.
Well, he better start thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back, Carolyn.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna end up probably having to wash my hair and take another bath. I took one yesterday.
There you go. Carolyn has the idea. Sit in the tub of water. Yeah, and you put the fan on you, and you need to get. We get one of those giant cubes of ice like they used to have in the olden days, Carolyn. Remember where you see in the?
You can still get those big 500-pound monsters.
Yeah, where you sit on top of the cube of ice and put a towel on it. Sit on the towel.
And then thinking of the Hotel de Glace in Montreal, Quebec, where it's basically an ice hotel in Canada.
Yeah, I've seen those ice hotels in Canada.
Right now, they're probably melted. Of course, it's still hot to have an ice hotel right now. But you can always go to the -5 ice bar in New York City right now, though.
They have those ice hotels. You can spend the night there. They have a one room, and you can go in there and drink vodka.
Andrew, we had an internet crap out, which is Frontier went down, and we did try to change the network over, but I guess some of the people didn't get the updated, and then they crashed on them, and so we ended up having to restart. So,
hello, Andrew. How are you today?
To a buffering stream,
right? Or afternoon in your case, perhaps.
Yeah.
They're having a bit of a heat wave here in the U.S., Andrew, and Michelle's internet
33 degrees Celsius
provider
today.
Just had a heat stroke. The provider did, not Michelle.
Yeah.
And they melted. So she's just come back up on the air or on the whatever we call it, the broadcast.
Basically, probably either A, their equipment basically failed because of heat, which is possible, or the wiring, because of all the humidity, maybe just shorted out. I know that my pantry gets pretty hot in there too. Are you still there?
Yeah, here.
Okay.
I'm
I need 6
67.
fans blowing on the computer. Well, I got the same fan that's blowing on the computer is blowing on me. But, I mean, the phone company should probably have a lot more than just 1 or 6 fans blowing on the computer system up there. Because my computer's fine, but it's still warm, though.
Well, the report from the Virgin Islands
right now,
89 degrees outside, 67 where Lolly is, and it's cool as a cucumber in here, Michelle. I wish you could be in here with me.
Yeah, well, I don't know where you are, but...
In the Virgin Islands.
Okay.
The U.S. Virgin.
Yeah. Well, I don't, and unfortunately, I'm not near the Virgin Islands. Really raining really hard down there, or does it just feel like it was like a humid primordial soup?
We have some sun right now. It's bright and sunny, but it is about, I think, I'm not sure what the humidity is, but it doesn't feel real humid. I don't have the weather up right now because it's sunny right now.
Yeah. Again, probably the ocean breeze is blowing over you.
Yeah, it's real breezy right now.
Well, it's also true of the UK. They got the same thing, basically. It's just a lot bigger island.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just dunking my tea bag here. Water's sort of kind of gotten cold, so, or room temperature, which is much higher than my tea was before. It's still cool. We've only had a 1 day of rain in nearly a month. Really? Well, we had more rain than that, Andrew, where I was. But nothing really super heavy. Let's see. Those shits get here. The microphone. He's hiding. He's laying outside right now. That's why he's not here right now. He's trying to keep away from the heat, too.
Well, I just pulled it up, Michelle, and it does say the humidity is 65%, winds at 15 miles per hour. It's 85 degrees.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit.
It's still cold. Well,
yeah, nice.
So anyway, what we were saying about the 313, I thought that was interesting that number came up, and also what we were talking about earlier, what this one tarot reading said for Virgo. Basically means positive changes are coming. And then, of course, 333 means that your prayers have been answered. I've been seeing a lot of 333 lately, too. I really wish it was autumn or even winter right now, because I really like this is the reason why I got to be really careful, because number one is, like I said, I've been blimping out because of the heat, and then the other thing is that you're not doing much, so I'm sure I'm running downtown getting stuff for Ed, but he's gonna want his beer today.
Well, maybe you should take turns. Like you said, if he wants to go get the food, let him go. And maybe each day you go a day and then him go a day. You can't go take the toll for everything, Michelle. I mean, it's not quite fair.
No, it's not fair, considering I don't even drink anyway.
Right. Maybe he should take some of the toll and him go a day and then you go a day.
Yeah. I told him, I said, Ed, stock up enough beers for a few days so you don't have to come back.
So you don't have to go every single day. That's kind of silly.
Yeah, he does, because that's what he does. He'll go buy 2 or 3 25-ounce cans of beer every day. So
Yeah,
usually
especially if you
2,
have to walk.
and
I
then
mean, you
I'm the
don't.
one who ends up getting them. And then he pays me. He gives me his debit card to pay
Yeah,
for them, but still,
yeah, but it'd be
it's
different if you
like,
had an
Ed,
automobile and you could go
why
and buy
don't
it every day.
you, like when he wants to go shopping with Krista next and the next month, why don't you ask Krista, go down to the package store? Well, in this case, part of the problem was they ran out of Bud Ice. Okay, they ran out of Bud Ice. So when she took the last of the Bud Ice,
Is that the
okay,
one he likes?
that's the beer he likes to drink is Bud Ice.
Hmm.
So in that case, it was more you got the last of them. There's no more Bud Ices in the refrigerator. So, okay. Um, but I told him, I said, why don't you see? Because he got paid just recently. I said, why don't you go ahead buy buy a week's worth, which is about 14
Right.
beers, or 14,
Yeah.
15 beers, or even 16 beers. You know, they said, well, I know your Walker bag can't carry 16 beers because unfortunately it's already starting to rip. I said, yeah, I know. My Walmart bag is starting to rip. You're right. I said, I can't carry 16 at one time, but I can probably carry about 4, and then you can carry a bag of them. Maybe I can carry 5 or 6, and you just carry the other 12.
Sure.
And that way you still have enough beer for a few days, because
Planning
it's not
ahead.
going to cool down until Thursday in our area.
Yeah.
So
Good idea.
30 pack of 25-ounce cans of beer. That's a lot of beer. Um, I think those what they call the tall boys in the old days. Tall boys, the tall beers. But still, I mean, it would make sense.
That makes a lot of sense. You don't go every single day, especially when you don't have a lot of active transportation capabilities.
Right. Well, he thinks it's easiest to get 2 or 3 at a time, which I can see his
Mm.
point, but he's not the one that's
Um,
walking to get them.
yeah, I don't
Usually,
agree.
I
When you're
am.
not the one that has to walk to get them, it's real easy. Yeah, I agree. I can see how he thinks that. See how he thinks if he thinks that after he has to go every other
It
day, he
does
has to
make
do the walking.
screwdrivers.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just make vodka screwdrivers with orange juice. But either way, it's still a lot of work for me to lug this stuff around.
Hmm.
Like right now, like I said, it's a heated day. After I go to the soup kitchen, get meals on feet, bring the food back here. Knowing my rotten luck, it's probably gonna be some kind of a salad with mayonnaise in it, and I'm not gonna be able to eat it. So I'm gonna end up giving it to him, and then I'm gonna end up just getting 2 bags, so they'll be for him, and then I don't get no lunch in the process.
Well, let me ask you this: does he ever go to the food kitchen and get the food for the two of you and bring it back?
No, he usually doesn't. Usually, I'm the
Why
one
don't
that
you
does
suggest
it.
that? Why couldn't that happen once or twice a week?
He did go up with me a few times, but it's not like it was when the soup kitchen was open for eating and dining.
Mm-hmm. But he just has to go. You go and take it out. He's go pick it up and then walk back, right?
Yeah.
You do it. He could do it, right? He doesn't care to, maybe. He's not going to like me if he hears me talking, I guess.
He's a tourist bull. What do you want? They're lazy laying around in the
Stubborn.
pasture, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't have
Oh,
to do
well.
crap. I got the heifers to do all that.
Well, that's not very nice because you have your issues as well,
Oh, he has his own weight issues too.
Right.
He
So you
needs
both have issues, so take turns. One day you go, one day he
right,
goes.
right.
It's only fair. Got to be fair.
Yeah, like I said, it's hot though. I understand that he has a hard time with the heat because of his health and high blood pressure. I get it.
Hmm.
But maybe drinking alcohol in this kind of weather is not a good way to solve your problem.
Charlotte has a good point. She said Ed will soon move his arse if you don't get everything for him, Michelle. Good point, Charlotte. Good point.
Yeah. I haven't actually done anything yet because I didn't order the wheels yet. I'm thinking about ordering some lawnmower tires.
Now, Skunk Ape added to the conversation. He said Ed should consider vodka. It's much lighter to carry. That's a good point. Ah, yeah, you go. Forget the 30-pack. Get a pint of vodka, Michelle.
He does buy pints of vodka every so often for screwdrivers.
And get a Caesar salad, which includes no vodka. There you go. Ask them for a Caesar salad at this food kitchen. They might not have that up there.
Speaking of that, I got to see what they're having for lunch at the soup kitchen, too. Let me call Nastin real quick.
Oh, look, Michelle, my friend Jeffrey Pago has arrived. This is Jeffrey Pago, Michelle, the great Jeffrey Pago. He's come to join your chat. He's a friend of mine.
Yeah,
Jeffrey
that's
Pago, MicheleMarieDalene. MicheleMarieDalene.
Delaney.
Jeffrey Pago.
It's Delaney.
Delaney. I'm sorry. Delaney. That's Jeffrey Pago. He's a huge personality. He's a YouTube celebrity, sort of. He doesn't like to be called that, but he is. Jeffrey Pago.
Well, what's he? Is he part of the Moit, the middle of YouTube, the Toit, the top of YouTube, or the Boit, the bottom of YouTube?
Yeah, I think maybe the Boit. He claims the Boit, I believe.
Okay.
He said he's called into your show a few times, I guess, when you had the calling in on the evening call.
Yeah. Well, let me quickly see what the soup kitchen's having. I'm gonna, let's see.
Good to see you, Jeffrey Pago. Glad you called or typed in.
Let me just quickly call the soup kitchen on the host phone and see what they're having for lunch. Okay.
See what the menu is.
Give me a second here, okay? All right. Oh.
What's going on, Jeffrey Pago? Got any good news today? I liked your new Saw video series.
Hi, George. This is me. Hey, what do you guys get for lunch today? It's pasta and meatballs and tossed salad. Okay. All right, I'll come back up in a little bit. All right, thank you. Okay, spaghetti meatballs, tossed salad. So I guess it's okay. I mean, because after all, they got air conditioning in the kitchen. So anyway, so that's what they're having for lunch today.
I guess they don't have Caesar salad. They have regular tossed salad.
No, they had chef salads a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
Well, unfortunately, we don't really have a public panel anymore because of the situation with the trouble and the trauma that happened before and the drama. So we're not dealing with open panels to the public because it just creates all kinds of mayhem. Same thing with the phone calls.
Sorry, Mrs. Pago, they don't have the public panel anymore, so I don't think I have the ability. Only Michelle has the ability.
I had Honey Nut Cheerios for breakfast.
Bring people on panel.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I'd love to have Jeffrey up, but I have not the ability.
Well, I mean, maybe if he friends me on Discord and I could talk to him in private first and see, learn a little bit about him, maybe we could do that. There's nothing wrong with the food from the soup kitchen. There really isn't anything wrong with it. This morning I had Honey Nut Cheerios for breakfast, Andrew. I bought some more cereal because we were out of cereal. I said, look, I don't get my food stamps until the 1st of the month. It says the 28th. I said, so I bought 2 boxes of Honey Nut Cheerios, and those better last at least 6 days. between me and you. He's not very good at bargains hunting, at all. So that's another story. But anyway, I told him, I said, I'm hoping to, get some things done here. And like I said, he wants to go away to the next town over to get meat. I said, well, that's fine. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll let you borrow the food stamp card. You can get the meat. I said, honestly, I'd rather get the vegetables for myself because I'm not really into the meat anyway. But I don't really want a lot of vegetables right now either. I really want to get some more yogurt. Well, I'm not really so much into barbecue because, like I said, I'm mostly a vegetarian and a lactarian. I'm a vegetable and milk drinker, so I'm not really into the meat stuff.
Oh my God. Skunk Ape said, I bet Rusty's cat food would taste better.
Well, first of all, skunk ape potted meat is not good for you because, one, it's very high in salt. It's got high blood pressure. That's not an answer. Unless
And
you can wash all the salt out of the
skunk
potted meat
ape.
somehow.
Don't want to resort to that. If you don't mind my asking, Michelle, how much is Biden cut your that awful Biden person, how much does he cut your food stamps down to, that awful Biden person?
Mom, I actually got an increase right now because it's an emergency pandemic. So I get
really?
about $200 a month.
But
and then once the emergency boost is over, it's going to probably go down to about 150 a month.
But that's not enough for 1 month for one person?
That's enough for one person. That's what they say because it's supplemental. As they say, well, you guys to get all that Social Security, $1,334 a month.
That's terrible.
That's terrible because people with disability don't get paid well. People in retirement don't get paid well.
That's horrifying.
And that's an example when I'm talking about where these government politicians are out of touch with reality. They don't understand how it's like to be poor because they're not poor.
Right.
Many of them, of course, were well-to-do families that paid for their law school degrees and all that. And then
I'm appalled by that. I am simply appalled.
Yeah, it is. It is appalling. And now, of course, Biden wants everybody to get on Social Security get at least 125% of the federal poverty line, which I think is a start in the right direction, considering the people in SSI only get on the average of $790 a month. You can't even find an apartment for under $700 a month in Connecticut.
Yeah, there's no way.
So that's the reasons why, we need more money. I don't even how do people on the Virgin Islands even deal with it that are poor. Do they have entitlement programs in the Virgin Islands for the disabled and elderly?
Well, the Virgin Islands is a U.S. territory, so it has many of the same similar programs that you were affected by there, Michelle. Right. It's a territory, just not a state.
Right. They should put the politicians a week or two in money and see if that's not long enough. Put them realistically for 3 months on it and watch them climb the walls trying to figure out how they're supposed to pay for all their everyday expenses. I don't know if I'd want to eat beaver. I mean, I never tried beaver before. I mean, it's one of the largest rodents in America. In Canada. Unless you mean the other kind of beaver, which...
it don't let me get on my soapbox, Michelle, but it is just a very sad state of affairs that are senior citizens, are persons on disability, are persons on SSI, are families with small children, don't have enough money, even with assistance that the somewhat what we loosely call government here gives to them. It is.
And remember, when the eviction moratorium from the CDC expires,
Yeah, that's
over
getting
2
ready to
million more
expire.
people will be homeless.
Exactly.
And we can't even deal with about 1.5 million homeless now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how we're going to fix that problem. You know, we talked about what we were talking about earlier about, you know, you have sometimes you make choices. You sacrifice your dream for somebody else.
Yeah.
And what happens when your dream is forcibly someone never gives you the opportunity to live your dream, and so you end up wanting to have a home, and the next thing you know, you live in a cardboard box because you can't afford a home.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I can go around and put Band-Aids on problems that the government leaves. I call them problems, politely call them problems. I should call them gaping holes of humanity that the government just forgets about.
Well,
Call
I
them
know it's
gaping
not just the
holes.
U.S. government that's doing that, though.
Well, a lot of it is, Michelle. You're being polite.
I mean, the other country governments also have their own issues as well. But the thing is,
sure, but I'm concerned about the people that are living here, that are the people that live in the country I live in, with the government that I pay a lot of taxes to, and there's gaping holes and huge parts of people that are being left behind and left without food. I don't think that's right.
yeah, I'd love to see that, Andrew. I definitely would love to see that video. Definitely, if it's a YouTube video, maybe we can even do a piece on it, like a walkthrough in the video and critique it as we go.
Yeah, maybe we could.
And then, of course, there was a movie called Life Sucks with Mel Brooks. That was fun. That was a good movie. Life Sucks.
I think I've seen that one a while ago, a long time
It's
ago.
funny.
Yeah.
My deadbeat neighbor is squatting on a $2,500 month no rent. Well, I'm sure he wasn't a squatter at one time. He used to pay rent, obviously.
At one time, perhaps.
And then when the CDC moratorium, please note the CDC moratorium, as I understand it, doesn't say that the tenant needs to make back rent arrangements with the landlord. And so, what means is I don't have to pay rent; I can stay here for free. Well, you don't want to renew your lease when your time comes. You're just looking for a free ride. I don't know anything about your neighbor to say anything about that skunky. I really don't. But I mean, I know a lot of people that have been struggling. For example, right now, I had to cut into my checking account and savings account to buy more supplies for the house because I didn't have enough food stamps to last until the end of the month.
That's awful.
Yeah. And of course, like I said, Ed's like, but he says, I want my meat, but meat's gotten so expensive. I said, Ed, you may have to go without the meat.
Especially the end of the month, right? Until you get the new food stamps, right?
Even when I get the new food stamps, we still have to make those food stamps last the whole month.
You have to budget them, right? Kind of make them last out.
Right. If I never buy meat, so obviously meat's not even a major part of my diet.
Yeah.
Mostly I buy things like yogurt and frozen non-fat yogurt. I basically buy the tubs of yogurt, freeze them in the freezer, and then I eat that. Non-fat yogurt, Greek yogurt, milk.
Oh, it's how to catch sales.
Well, I don't have the option of always catching the sales either, but sometimes I do land on them. But remember, like you said, transportation is a real sticking point for me.
Mm-hmm.
Tuna is cheap, yeah, and right now the problem is I don't even think tuna is cheap.
I think tuna has gone up.
Everything's going up.
Mm-hmm. You know, lumber is 300% higher than it was a year ago.
Oh yeah, 300% higher for the lumber, absolutely.
That's
But I'm
why
not a
that
termite, so I don't exactly eat lumber.
Well, you wouldn't be able to afford it anyway. 300% higher.
Yeah, I can just see 2x4 being considered like escargot, right?
The termites can't afford it with their food stamps, Michelle.
They closed down a lot of discount food places up here. Really? Why? What's their argument? I mean, did the places themselves run out of bankrupt? Because the discount food places probably kind of ran out of money and couldn't make them pay for the stuff either. Yeah, so we're entering into hyperinflation. Absolutely. If you watch the eco-economics videos that were originally posted in the NASQ support group, I moved them to the general Discord because they're kind of more of a general video topic. It talks all about that, about the inflationary trend going on. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But just Donald Trump did warn you about this, guys. So he warned you about this 2016 about what if the Democrats get into power.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what's happening.
Exactly. Trump 2024.
He didn't warn us anything about the virus back in 2016, but one of the main department stores, John Lewis, closed his doors finally, as his will say.
Oh, really, Andrew? Did they now?
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of businesses closing in the United States. Small businesses, mom and pop businesses, they'll never reopen again. Pandemic basically devastated their business. There is no longer a TV dinner for $1 at the dollar store. There is no longer a dollar store for food.
Oh, there's still a lot of
Dollar General
in the US
and Poundland, I think they're owned by the same company, do not have anything for $1 or a pound I would call food.
You know, the dollar store industry in the United States is one of the biggest no-debt industries in the United States. They have gotten to where they have just about built a dollar store or any type of dollar store to be about one of them within 1 mile in the rural areas, within 1 mile of every household.
Right.
They want them to be all over, to be within walking distance or bicycling distance, within distance to people so they can get to them.
Yeah.
And they are owned without any debt. They're the cash businesses mainly.
Our Dollar General takes debit cards, but
No, I don't mean that they only take cash or whatever. I mean that the people that own the store don't owe any money in having purchased the store. They don't owe any. They didn't borrow money to build the store. They bought it or built it on cash.
Right.
They don't owe any money to have owned the store, is what I mean, in a cash business.
I don't think Skunk Ape has an understanding exactly how much everything got up in prices.
Perhaps not.
Can we come up with any examples? All right, I can think of one. The CPIE even says the same thing. That when you calculate it based on the 1980 CPIE, Consumer Price Index, everything, it said that using the current formula that they keep cooking the books on, but like the ecoeconomist says, if you use the formula from 1980 as a model, it shows that the real inflationary rate is 13%. It's double-digit inflation. We haven't seen double-digit inflation since the 1970s. So your ramen noodles are no longer 30 cents. Based on that, it's probably closer to about 50 cents. Americans are too used to eating all that. I don't know, but I don't think consider ramen noodles fancy food.
No, they do not.
I certainly don't eat steak. I don't eat lobster. I don't eat clams. I don't eat 2x4s. I don't eat 4x6s because I'm not a termite. But the fact of the matter is the prices of food in your store has gone up a lot. Especially anything that's important, like meat that comes from essential meat packing industry, because the shipping costs have gone up too.
Okay, excuse me, Michelle. I'm sorry. I've got a conference call coming up here. I'm going to have to take out. Plus, I need to get over to Amazon. I've got to look for some giant Band-Aids to stick on some huge gaping holes later on this afternoon. But it was lovely being up here. Thank you for having me up this morning. And I'm going to look to try to get over here tomorrow morning with you. And thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Sky Chat. Goodbye, Andrew and Charlotte and everybody.
Yeah. All right. See you later.
Tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye. So she rings off, and I'm going to get ready to ring off soon too, because I have to. Yes, powdered milk is cheap. But the fact of the matter is that our situation, our economy is a dumpster fire. All depends on how you look at it. But the truth is, it's a dumpster fire. They have spaghetti meatballs with spaghetti sauce and a tossed salad from the soup kitchen. So I get 4 bags. That's 2 bags a person. So is it like the first come first serve basis? Yes, it is. Soup kitchen tends to have a lot of carbohydrates. I remember when pasta used to be $1 a pound. There you go. $1.50 a bag versus $1 a bag. You used to get a pound of pasta for $1. Right. Thank you very much, Andrew. Much appreciated. I'm looking to see some new faces. Considering we're down to 1,055. 1,055 subs right now. Hi, Tiani. How you doing? Right now we're running on T-Mobile because Frontier dropped the ball on the internet. I think their equipment got overheated at the phone company. Or the humidity got into the phone wires. So, like I said, talking about choices. I mean, like I say, I try to make good choices. Yeah. Yeah, he said he lost his John Lewis in his area. I keep saying it. If you can make it to holidays, you would save any grocery bill. But yeah, I know that. That's in the next town over, and Ed's gonna go with Krista. So maybe that day he can go with Krista and get the food he needs. Maybe she can help him with the grocery shopping. Yeah. Well, the meat it definitely is expensive. But then, like I said, I'm not really a meat eater either. You know. Well, all these, like I said, yeah, I buy stuff from Aldi's a lot. Yeah, and he gets King's disease of gout too, so that tells you something about it. Yeah, a couple of years ago, Aldi's actually was looking for new people for the American stores. They did expand the American line of Aldi's. In the United States, there's two Aldi's. There's the Aldi's Sud, which is the Southern Aldi's, which is the one that's the Aldi's, and then the Northern Aldi's became Trader Joe's. So Trader Joe's in the United States was originally the Northern Aldi's. Um, well, right now the heat's starting to get to me. Right now, I mean, I just I got a window fan blowing on me, and the heat's still getting at me right now. So tough employment schedule to get into there for working here. Yeah, probably do. A lot of people, Aldi's is just trying to fill positions in the business where they need people need to come, employees. You can't really say it's not surprising that they have a tight, you know, interviewing process and stuff. They want the best employees they can get. Well, air conditioning is at maximum, but I don't even have air conditioning in this room. That's my bedroom. This is not my bedroom. This is my my multimedia room. It gets hot as hell in here. And I got a window fan blowing on me and the computer. I'll show you that real quick. Um, and since right now we're streaming on T-Mobile, I don't want to use up all my internet right now. So let me see if I can get the screen on here. Okay, so let's turn on the space bar so you can see. All right, come on. That's the fan right down there. There's my microphone. Okay, there's me. Right here. And it's just a sticky situation. Yeah, I understand that. It's still humid there. It is very humid here. Let's see if I can get the actual numbers from Siri. Where's that Siri button? There it is. What is the weather in Winston, Connecticut?
It's currently clear and 32 degrees in Winston, Connecticut.
Ugh. Yeah, I wonder what the humidity is. It doesn't say. Maybe I can find out the answer. Let me ask Siri that question. What is the humidity in Winston, Connecticut?
The humidity in Mystic, Connecticut is currently 77%.
That's Mystic. What is the humidity in Winsted, Connecticut?
Winston, Connecticut's current humidity is 61%.
Oh, it's certainly better than Mystic. Yeah. 32 degrees and humid as hell. Ooh. All right, so looking at the temperatures, by the time Ed wants to go run and get his beer skis, it's gonna be low of 26 degrees. By 3 o'clock, it'll be 32. Tomorrow, it'll be 33 again. Wednesday, 33. Thursday, 27. And Friday, 21. Let's see. So, and then I'll be down to 19, then 21, then 25 on Monday of next week. So the heat's not going to stay, but it's just going to be a miserable few days until like Friday when the temperatures will be a lot cooler. Just not a good day for doing much. I don't know. So, have you checked out? Yeah, I know that's warm. Oh, yeah. It's gonna probably be 20%. You're gonna start to see, like, by Friday of this week, you're gonna probably see some very unsettled weather because of the warm and the cold fronts are gonna clash. So, drink lots of water, absolutely. Well, Rusty eats dry cat food, but I make sure I keep plenty of water in this dish. So he has plenty of water, fresh water. I change it every day. He's not doing too good in the heat either, because like you can think, he's doing the same thing that Ed's doing. He's just basically just laying around trying to stay cool. Yeah, definitely. How you doing, Double-Cleese? Well, right now it's just about time to go to the soup kitchen. Oh yeah, you can bet he is. He's got a fur coat he can't take off. Yeah, so he's just chilling as best he can. All right, guys. For right now, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. But want to say thank you for being on the morning show. Sorry that Frontier dropped the ball. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. It could be the same thing. Again, where the stream gets split up or totally unable to get it up. You know? So, no. Why would he do my underwear? He can't even wear it. No, he can't wear Michelle's underwear. It's too big for him. Yeah, definitely. All right, guys. Thank you very much for coming. Please let other people know that probably didn't realize the stream got split into two. That there's two parts. So, we welcome you guys to be part of it and watch the replays. And I gotta get going. I'm hot, tired. Mostly just hot and bothered. So, all right, guys. See you tomorrow if everything works according to plan. Bye bye. Bye bye, everybody.